It is late, and you are scrolling. Someone you know posts the news, the new job, the milestone, the photo where their whole life looks handled. And before you can even finish being happy for them, you feel it. A small drop in the stomach, a quiet voice that says, "Look how far behind you are." You put the phone down. The voice stays. You know that voice. It has been with you a long time. Not quite good enough, not yet. Maybe when the next thing happens, then you will feel it. Enough. So here is what I want to do in the next few minutes. Not a pep talk. Pep talks do not work on this, and you already know it. I want to show you the exact mistake that voice makes every single time. In a way out that does not require you to achieve one more thing, because the achieving was never going to fix it. And I think part of you has started to suspect that. You do not have to take this on faith. You have already tested it. Think of something you genuinely wanted and got. A goal you hit, a bit of praise you craved. For an hour, a day, maybe a week, the voice went quiet, and you felt it. Enough. And then the feeling drained out. The bar slid quietly forward, and you were behind again, measuring the new distance to the new thing. That is the experiment, and you have run it dozens of times. The result is always the same. The achievement works for a moment and then expires, which tells you something important. The not enough feeling was never waiting at the finish line, so no finish line will ever deliver it. The voice runs on one hidden assumption, and it has never been checked. That your worth is a quantity, something you accumulate through performance. You start low, you climb through achievements, and one day you will have stacked up enough proof to finally feel worthy. Your whole effort becomes a project of closing a gap. But watch what happens every time you try to prove your worth. The proving itself is a statement that there is a deficit to make up. You shovel achievements into the hole, and each shovelful quietly confirms, "Look, there must be a hole, or why would I be filling it?" So the proving does not close the gap. It teaches you, deeper each time, that the gap is real. You are running harder on a treadmill and wondering why the scenery never changes. There is an old idea that turns the whole thing over. Purna, it means full, complete, whole. And the Isha Upanishad opens with a line about it that sounds less like scripture than like strange mathematics. Purnamada purnamidam. That is full. This is full. And then the part that stops you. Take the full away from the full, and the full still remains. It is describing something that cannot be added to or subtracted from. Like infinity, which loses nothing when you take 1 billion away, and gains nothing when you add 1 billion back. A wholeness that is simply not in the business of more and less. That fullness is what you are. Not your achievements, not the verdict, not your rank in the comparison. The awareness in which all of your striving appears was never incomplete. It is not improved by your wins or damaged by your failures, any more than the sky is improved by a clear day or broken by a storm. The weather changes all the time. The sky it happens in does not. You have been trying to fix the sky by chasing better weather. The one who feels not good enough is the small, comparing self. A thought, a measurement. And it is appearing inside something that was already whole. Look at the feeling itself. Not good enough is always relative. Not enough compared to them, compared to the standard, compared to who you think you should be by now. It is a measurement, and every measurement needs a ruler. Held up from outside, almost always a borrowed one. You feel small because you are forever holding yourself against someone else's yardstick and reading off the gap. But a thing that is complete in itself has nothing to measure against. The fullness needs no ruler. The feeling of lack is just the sound of you measuring an immeasurable thing and announcing the shortfall to yourself 100 times a day. The problem was never your size. It was that you keep reaching for the ruler. Set the misreading aside cleanly, because it matters. This is not a case for giving up. Keep building. Keep getting better at what you love. Create, master, contribute, all of it, fully. The shift is not in the action, it is in the motive underneath. There is a whole universe between acting from fullness and acting to earn it. The same work done from I am already whole and this is me expressing it feels nothing like the same work done from I am not enough yet and I am trying to become it. One is play, the other is repayment on a debt that was imaginary from the start. You can keep doing everything you are doing. You can just stop doing it for the verdict. Here is the practice, and it is small enough to actually use. Next time you feel that drop in the stomach, the scroll, the comparison, the quiet not enough, do not argue with it. Arguing is just the comparing mind trying to win its own case, which is more measuring. Instead, catch what you are physically doing. You are holding up a ruler. Name it, silently. I am measuring. Then, for one breath, set the ruler down. Do not reach for evidence that you are enough. Just turn your attention to the bare fact that you exist, right now, before any score loads. The simple sense of being here. That existence is not waiting on a verdict. It was there when you were a small child, before anyone taught you the scoring. You will pick the ruler back up within seconds. That is fine. That is normal. The practice is not holding it down forever. It is noticing your hand has closed around it again and setting it down again. Each time, the grip loosens. You are not building your worth. You are catching yourself measuring something that was never meant to be measured, and quietly putting the ruler away. So the next time the bar slides forward and the old voice hums back to life, do not reach for the next proof. Notice instead what you are doing. You are measuring something that has no size, with a ruler that was never even yours. You were never broken. You were never behind. There was no meeting where everyone else got handed a confidence you missed. There is no finish line where enough is finally given out. You were never not enough. You were only measuring an immeasurable thing with a borrowed yardstick and grieving the gap. Nothing you achieve will ever make you more whole. You were purna long before you began trying to prove it. And you will be purna long after you finally stop.